Martinsville Speedway is the next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It's the running of the Tums Fast Relief 500. Should be a good race here today at Martinsville. On the pole for today's event, in number 17, Todd Chevrolet, Dylan Poteet has the pole for today's event. Row number alongside of him is Adrian Becker, number 11. Row number 2 has Jacob Lawler in 94, and Kevin White in the 18. Row number 3, Evan Jones, and beside him is Charles Sanford. Then it's Kyle Matthews and Jeff James in row number 4. And row number 5, Dalton Day in the 20, and the 83 of his teammate Ty Sheets. And here comes the command to fire them up here today at Martinsville.
Drivers, start your engines.
Man and firing engines. Row number 6 has Johnny Gardner in 42, and beside him Luke Walker in the 14 truck, or 14 car, excuse me. Pace car ducks off on the corner on the pit road. Shortest track on the circuit, Martinsville Speedway. As the green flag about to wave, we're about to determine who wins in 50 laps here at Martinsville. Green flag in the air, we're underway. Adrian Becker slid up the track there. That's going to give Jacob Lawler second place now, as Dylan Poteet jumps out to a big lead now in number 17. And we're seeing a lot of this little scene right there, slipping up in turn number 1 or 3, whichever turn. As we there see our points leader, Johnny Gardner, in the 42, running right now and trying for the top 10. Right now currently runs in the 8th spot at the moment, trying to get past Dalton Day. And he does get past Dalton Day for 7th. So Johnny on a mission here. Charles Jackson being shoved by Jeff James, trying to get himself in the top 10. And oh! Charles saved it in turn number 4. I thought he was a goner there with Jeff James, and Jeff James still all over Charles's butt. Charles Sanford hitting the wall coming out of turn number 4. That's allowing Ann Batson to go by him for 12th. Sanford still up high. He's got Rohit Baderby shoving him. Tanner Newby gets by. Daniel Day shoves Charles up the track. So Charles still losing spots, and he hits the wall and almost comes right back into Joshua Osborne in 26. And now Rohit Baderby goes by. Ryan Cooper. Little short track madness for you here at Martinsville. And it's only just the beginning here as we are now. It's only just the beginning as we have 45 laps remaining in this event. Make that 44 now. Lead still being held by Dylan Poteet, car number 17. He has one win so far this season that came at Rockingham. And it looks to me like we're maybe under yellow. Looks like, yes, we are. Might have been Wes Riddle in 66, I don't know. Yeah, it was Pichu London in 12 it spun. Got bumper tag put on him by the 6 of Jack Richards as they come out of turn number 4. Yeah, Pichu bunny hopped a little bit going out of turn number 4. Loop-de-doo, and amazingly enough, no contact at the wall. Usually if you loop-de-doo like that at Martinsville, you usually consider yourself damaged up and into the wall, but in that case, no harm, no foul for Pichu London, and he's back underway. But it cost him a little bit. And just in time, green flag back in the air, we're underway at Martinsville. No lap traffic down below, so Jacob Lawler tries to get the race with Dylan Poteet for position, as now Poteet tries to pull ahead, and he will indeed do so. We saw this before, and we saw this in the Traxxas Truck Series event with Cheyenne Kloss holding the lead for every lap. We'll see if Dylan can duplicate that, but not if Jacob Lawler's got anything to say about that in that 94 car, and he's not letting Dylan get far ahead. Adrian Becker runs third. Kyle Matthews takes fourth place away from Evan Jones. Kevin White and Johnny Gardner having a battle. Kevin in the 18, Johnny in the 42. Kevin runs sixth place right now. Johnny Gardner up to seventh. He's got Charles Jackson right behind him in the 5. Charles, a winner at the nationwide race at Memphis, Tennessee earlier in the weekend. Dalton Day runs 9th. 10th is Jeff James. Laps clicking off at 96 miles an hour for Dylan Poteet. Lawler not far behind at 95.9, so and you're on board with Dylan Poteet, number 17. Now running right there behind the lap car of Wes Riddle. And Wes moving up the track now as Poteet, let's see if he gets makes a move on the inside. He indeed will go by Wes Riddle with safety. And Jacob Lawler, he and Wes a little sideways, so Wes kind of held up Lawler a little bit. But Jacob still keeps Dylan in his sights, however, so Lawler, I'll see if see who was quicker this time by. It was Jacob Lawler a little bit quicker that time by than was Dylan Poteet, so just nearing the halfway point of this event here in about a couple more laps. As this time by will be completing 23 of the laps here today. Kyle Matthews in the battle now with Adrian Becker for third. This is the final showing Adrian Becker's had in a long time in this series. Back on board, Dylan Poteet, number 17. And there you have a look at the tachometer on the dash panel on Dylan's car. Watch it raise up. Up to about 8,900 RPMs and down to about 4,800 in the middle of the turn. And that time by just about 9,000 right on the dot. And down to about 4,900 in the middle of 3 and 4. orange light you saw right there blink on the dash was the rev limiter light. And it also may serve as a shift light as well to some extent. But once you're in high gear, that orange light is a rev limiter light, to say the least, I guess you might call it. So yeah. But right now it's Dylan Poteet down in front, as we now have completed. It will be completing 30 laps in this race and still 20 to go here at Martinsville Speedway. Jacob Lawler, currently second place right now. Third is Adrian Becker. Fourth, Kyle Matthews. Fifth right now, Evan Jones. Kevin White runs sixth place. Johnny Gardner running seventh. Eighth, Dalton Day. Ninth is Jeff James. Charles Jackson drops to 10th. 11th, Tommy Hernick. 12th is Ann Batson. Ann usually runs very, very good at Martinsville. She came in second in this race back in the first Martinsville start, the Bobby Ogo. And look at the damage on Joshua Osborne's car, number 26. The back is all damaged up, and he still runs 13th at the moment. Joshua obviously trying to manhandle that Quaker State Buick for all it's worth. Daniel Day right now runs in 14th at the moment. 15th for the moment is Ryan Cooper, but Cody Lummis trying to fight him for the 15th spot. He's 16th at the moment. 17th is Ty Sheets. Luke Walker 7th is in his 18th spot. 19th is Tanner Doobie. 20th Rohit Baderview. 21st Nick Baxter. Drew Austin, Charles Sanford, Cameron Gilson right there, Nicole Williams in 25th, Stephen Pollard III, Mike Becker in 27th, Jeremy Mayer 28th, and there's one guy we do not expect back in the pack at Martinsville, Keith Batson, currently 29th at the moment. And he's usually super at this track. Jake Williams in 30th at the moment, 31st, Pichu Lennon, 32nd, Jack Richards, Jeremy Doobie and Kyle Austin right there in the field. And back to the leader. It's still Dylan Poteet out front as he now has 14 laps remaining. Jacob Lawler trying to close right in a 94 car. Dylan Poteet currently has a win, I think, at Martinsville before. He's a former Martinsville winner, I should say. Won this race one season ago. And he hopes to go for two in a row in the fall event at Martinsville, so we'll see what happens there. Check the lap speed this time by. Dylan at 95.5. Lawler at 95.6. So they're almost dead even at the moment. Lawler has a little bit quicker car. And he's trying to milk that number 94 Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile for all it's worth to try to catch and pass Dylan Poteet. But as we say in short tracks, catching him's one thing, but passing him is a whole other story. And they were just about even that last time by lap speed wise at about 95.5 miles an hour. Ten laps to go here in the Tums Fast Relief 500. Lawler again with a faster lap. Adrian Becker runs in third spot. Still Kyle Matthews, still fourth. Fifth is still Evan Jones. Chevy in first. Oldsmobile second. Chevy in third. Oldsmobile fourth. And a Ford in fifth. Then a Chevy in sixth. Pontiac in seventh. Oldsmobile running eighth. Ninth is a Ford. And a Chevy in 10th. So 4 of the 5 makes of cars in this field are in the top 10. The leading Buick right now is in 13th. That's Joshua Osborne. Lawler up the track now and trying to find any speed he can. But so far, Poteet hitting his marks. Into turn number 3 goes. He has 6 laps to go right now here at Martinsville. Go through the field one more time. Wes Riddles just up ahead of him. That's a lap car. Now, I don't know if Poteet's going to catch him this time, but I think he might. Poteet right there behind. I think he is going to catch Wes Riddles, so we'll see if that plays any factor. That may possibly play into Jacob Lawler's hands. We've seen lap cars cost drivers victory before in any series. And now Poteet right there behind Wes Riddle. He goes inside now. And he'll pass him with ease. Now see what he does. Oh! He bounced off the wall and off of Lawler. And Lawler's still in a faster lap. But now we'll see what happens in the final laps of the race here. Poteet now comes down for 2 laps to go. He won this event back in season 7 in this series. Now looking for a second in a row. Now number 17, Tide Chevrolet, started from the pole. Has led every lap so far as they come to the start finish line. Poteet will see the white flag. He'll be waving. He has 1 lap remaining in the race. The season 1 champion of this series, and the man who runs the Mountain Dew Racing Series and Mopar Nationwide Series, one of the most well-known in NR 2003 racing, Dylan Poteet takes his Tide Chevrolet around through turns 3 and 4. As out of turn number 4, the Tums Fast Relief 500 belongs to Dylan Poteet. He wins at Martinsville. Second place, Jacob Lawler. Third, Adrian Becker. Kyle Matthews, 4th place. 5th position, Evan Jones. Caution free through 50 laps, all 50 laps of this race. Average speed, 85.220 miles an hour. Only track you'll have single-digit speed, and only a few tracks you'll have single-digit speeds and no yellow. Double digits, I should say. Dylan Poteet wins today here at Martinsville. Jacob Lawler, Adrian Becker, Kyle Matthews, and Evan Jones in top 5. 6th was Kevin White. 7th, Johnny Gardner. Dalton Day comes on 8th, Jeff James 9th, and 10th was Charles Jackson. And it's Tommy Hernickens 11th, 12th, Ian Batson 13th, Joshua Osborne, Daniel Day 14th, 15th, Ryan Cooper, Cody Lamas 16th, 17th was Ty Sheets, Luke Walker 18th, 19th, Tanner Newby, and 20th, Rohit Baderview. Rest of the finishing order right there, so... But a big win for Dylan Poteet, his 2nd win of the season, as he takes home the title at Martinsville Speedway. And Atlanta will be the next stop on the tour for the Napa Know-How 500. And with 4 races remaining on the season, Johnny Gardner has the lead in the points chase by 80 over Ryan Cooper. Cameron Gilson 3rd. 4th is Kyle Matthews. Wes Riddle currently 5th. Rohit Baderview, Dalton Day, Daniel Day, currently in 8th place. 9th is Evan Jones. 10th, Tanner Newby. Top 10 positions separated by 187 points, as you can see right there. Nicole Williams currently 11th place right now in the points chase. Then Tanner Newby, or Tommy Hernick, excuse me, in 12th. Then it's Jeremy Mayer, Dylan Poteet up to 14th. Ann Batson, 15th. Jacob Lawler, Jeff James, Charles Jackson, Kevin White, and Luke Walker, the top 20 in the points chase. And all the rest of your finishing order here. or running order in the points chase, I should say. So, yeah. So, anyway, next race on the tour will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Napa Know How 500. Don't miss it.